As the sun begins its slow descent over the Maasai Mara, the vast plains are bathed in a breathtaking palette of gold, amber and fiery orange. The landscape transforms before your eyes, every blade of grass and every distant tree painted with the warm glow of the setting sun. Shadows stretch long across the savannah, and the world seems to pause, caught in the magic of this fleeting moment. The acacia trees stand as silent sentinels, their silhouettes etched against the sky, bearing witness to the daily ritual of dusk. The horizon blurs where the land meets the sky, and the air shimmers with the last heat of the day, as if the earth itself is exhaling. The red oatgrass, so iconic to these plains, catches the last rays and glows as if lit from within. Each blade is tipped with dew, sparkling like tiny jewels in the fading light. Above, the sky shifts in a mesmerizing gradient, from the deep orange of the horizon to the soft violets and indigos of approaching night. Wisps of cloud drift lazily, their edges tinged with pink and gold, while the first stars begin to twinkle faintly overhead. This is the golden hour, a brief and precious interlude when the savannah is at its most enchanting, just before the drama of night unfolds. Insects hum and flit between the grasses, their wings catching the light in fleeting flashes. Giraffes, tall and graceful, move in gentle silhouette across the horizon, savouring the last light as they browse the treetops. Their long necks sway in rhythm with the breeze, and their patterned coats blend seamlessly with the dappled shadows. Nearby, a family of elephants ambles through the tall grass, their massive forms softened by the golden haze. An elephant calf presses close to its mother, trunk exploring the world with innocent curiosity. Birds flutter and call, finding their places among the acacia's thorny branches, settling in for the night. The air is filled with a chorus of evening sounds, a lullaby for the wild. Flocks of starlings wheel overhead, their movements synchronized in a living dance against the sky. A gentle wind stirs, rustling through the tall grasses and carrying with it the scents and secrets of the day. The breeze whispers through the plains, softening the heat and bringing a sense of calm, yet also a subtle warning that change is near. Grasshoppers leap from blade to blade, and beetles scuttle beneath the cover of swaying stems. Dust motes drift lazily in the air, illuminated by the slanting sunbeams. This invisible current weaves its way through the savannah, connecting every creature in a silent conversation. Antelope lift their heads, ears twitching, as the wind brings news of distant movement. The animals sense the shift, their instincts finely tuned to the signals carried on the air. Termite mounds, ancient and towering, cast long shadows across the earth. As the temperature drops, termites emerge in swarms, their delicate wings catching the last light. Small mammals, mongooses and spring hares, peek from their burrows, testing the air before venturing out. Daytime grazers, wildebeest, zebra and gazelle grow uneasy as the sun dips lower. Their safety, so abundant in daylight, begins to wane. Shadows deepen, and every rustle in the grass could mean danger. Impalas cluster together, their tails flicking nervously, while warthogs trot briskly toward the safety of their dens. The tension is palpable, a collective awareness that the rules of the savannah are about to change. The air is thick with anticipation, every sense sharpened by the coming night. As the light fades, predators awaken. Lions and cheetahs, once resting in the heat of day, now rise with renewed energy. The cooling air invigorates them, and their eyes gleam in the half-light, ready to take advantage of the coming darkness. Hyenas slink through the tall grass, their movements silent and purposeful, while jackals scan the horizon for opportunity. An owl, ghostly and silent, perches in an acacia tree, its keen gaze fixed on the ground below. Night falls swiftly over the Maasai Mara, cloaking the land in mystery. The savannah braces itself for its nightly opera, a fierce, ancient symphony of survival where every creature must play its part. Some will hunt, others will hide, and all will listen to the sounds of the wild. Bats flutter above the grass, their wings slicing the air in erratic patterns. Frogs begin their chorus near hidden waterholes, and the chirping of insects swells, filling the darkness with life. The balance of power tilts as darkness settles in. Predators prowl the shadows, and prey gather in tight groups, alert and tense. Porcupines shuffle through the undergrowth, their quills bristling at every sound. Genets slink along tree branches, their spotted coats blending with the dappled moonlight. Bush babies leap from branch to branch, their eyes shining like tiny lanterns in the gloom. The stage is set for the wild's timeless performance, where every night brings new stories of courage, cunning and survival. The air grows thick with anticipation, every sense is heightened, every movement measured. The animals pause, listening, watching, waiting for the first sign of danger or the promise of safety in numbers. Moths flutter toward the rising moon, while snakes glide silently through the grass, their scales catching the faintest glimmer of light. Chameleons cling to branches, their eyes swivelling independently, ever watchful. As stars emerge and the sky deepens to midnight blue, the spirit of the Mara stirs. The eternal contest between life and death resumes, played out beneath the vast African sky, a reminder of nature's beauty, power and unending cycle. The Milky Way arches overhead, casting a gentle glow on the land below. In the distance, thunderheads flash with silent lightning, hinting at storms yet to come. The savannah breathes, alive with possibility, as another night unfolds in nature's fierce and wondrous symphony. As the sun slips beneath the horizon, the Maasai Mara is bathed in a final golden glow. The light stretches and fractures, painting the savannah in a tapestry of deepening blues, purples and fiery orange. Shadows lengthen, crawling across the grasslands, and the familiar contours of the land begin to dissolve into the encroaching dusk. The air cools, carrying with it the scent of dry earth and distant rain as a gentle breeze stirs the tall grasses. The world seems to pause, suspended between day and night as the last rays of sunlight flicker and fade. The savannah transforms into a realm of mystery, its edges blurred by the soft veil of twilight. Wisps of mist begin to rise from the cooling ground, drifting low and slow, cloaking the landscape in a silvery haze. The horizon melts into a seamless blend of shadow and light, and the once vivid world becomes a canvas of uncertainty. Every sound is amplified, every movement magnified, as the unknown settles over the plains. Silhouettes of animals emerge, their forms merging with the darkening grass. Sight gives way to other senses, ears twitch, nostrils flare, and bodies tense in anticipation. The rustle of a wing, the snap of a twig, the faintest tremor in the earth, all become signals in the deepening gloom. Eyes, adapted to the dim, scan for movement, while the world is interpreted through the language of scent and sound. Thompson's gazelles cluster tightly, their bodies pressed close, muscles taut beneath sleek coats. Ears swivel in every direction, catching the faintest whisper of grass or distant footfall. Their eyes, wide and luminous, reflect the last traces of light as they scan the shifting shadows. Each heartbeat is a silent drum, echoing the tension that binds the herd together. Unity is their shield, but fear is ever present, as the darkness brings both concealment and peril. The tall grasses become a labyrinth, their blades swaying and whispering secrets. Within this maze, predators lie in wait, silent, patient, invisible. The air is thick with anticipation, as every shadow could conceal a hunter. The world is a puzzle of scent trails and muffled sounds where each step is measured, each breath calculated. The darkness is both a cloak and a weapon, favouring those who move with stealth and purpose. Elephants, immense and ancient, glide through the twilight, their outlines softened by the fading light. Their trunks sway gently, tasting the air, while their feet press silently into the earth. The herd moves as one, seeking the shelter of acacia groves, their low rumbles vibrating through the ground. In the distance, the first stirrings of nocturnal predators ripple through the grass, lithe bodies stretching, eyes glinting, senses sharpening as the night awakens their hunger. The genet's eyes burn like twin embers, catching the moonlight as it slinks through the undergrowth. A hyena's haunting whoop rises, echoing across the plains, a chilling chorus that signals the shift in power. Eyes, yellow, green and gold, pierce the darkness, each pair belonging to a creature perfectly attuned to the world of shadows. The night is their domain, and every movement is a calculated dance of survival. The air grows crisp, carrying the fragrance of blooming night flowers, the musk of animals, and the metallic tang of predators on the prowl. Dew forms on the blades of grass, glistening like tiny jewels in the moonlight. The wind shifts, swirling invisible messages, warnings, invitations, challenges through the darkness. Every breath is a tapestry of scents, woven together in a language only the wild can decipher. The atmosphere is electric, charged with the tension of countless lives on the edge. Every creature is alert, senses stretched to their limits. The soft pad of paws, the flutter of wings, the distant roar of a lion. Each sound is a thread in the fabric of the night. The savannah is transformed into a living stage, where every actor plays for the highest stakes. Above, the sky unfurls a blanket of stars, their cold light illuminating the vastness below. The land is hushed, yet alive with anticipation. Animals prepare for the long hours ahead, some seeking shelter, others sharpening their senses for the hunt. The night is a symphony of silence and sound, of movement and stillness as ancient as the Mara itself. In this world remade by darkness, survival is a test of vigilance, adaptation, and instinct. Every creature, from the smallest insect to the largest mammal, is shaped by the rhythms of night. Here, in the heart of the savannah, life endures, restless, watchful, and forever attuned to the wild symphony of the transformed world. Deep within the tangled embrace of the acacia thicket, the lion pride stirs to life, their golden forms dappled by the gentle, honeyed light of dawn. The air is crisp, carrying the faint scent of dew and wildflowers, while the only sounds are the soft rustle of leaves and the subtle shifting of bodies. Each lion rises in turn, stretching sinewy muscles stiff from the cool night, their movements slow and deliberate, savouring the tranquillity before the day's demands. The savannah itself seems to pause, as if the entire ecosystem is holding its breath, awaiting the unfolding drama of survival. The black-maned male, regal and imposing, stands sentinel over his family. He lifts his massive head, mane catching the first rays of sunlight, and releases a thunderous roar that reverberates across the plains. This is more than a display of dominance. It is a proclamation of territory, a warning to distant rivals, and a call of unity to his kin. The echoes ripple through the grasslands, stirring antelope and zebra in the distance, and even the birds fall silent for a moment, acknowledging the king's presence. This ritual, performed at dawn and dusk, is a timeless symphony of power and reassurance, binding the pride together beneath his watchful gaze. Around him the lionesses, matriarchs and master strategists, begin their own morning rituals. They stretch with feline grace, muscles rippling beneath tawny fur, and greet one another with affectionate nuzzles and low, rumbling purrs. These gestures are more than mere greetings. They are the threads that weave the pride's social fabric, reinforcing bonds forged by years of shared hardship and triumph. Their eyes, sharp and unblinking, sweep the horizon, reading the subtle cues of the land, the distant movement of a herd, the flutter of startled birds, the shifting wind that carries the scent of opportunity or danger. Every sense is heightened, attuned to the intricate rhythms of the wild. Silently, the lionesses begin to strategize, their communication a language of glances, tail flicks, and subtle shifts in posture. They read the wind, nostrils flaring as they sift through the tapestry of scents, dust, grass, distant prey. The landscape is their chessboard, every tuft of grass and undulation of earth a potential advantage or obstacle. Years of experience guide their choices, which direction to approach from, where to conceal themselves, how to coordinate their movements for maximum surprise. Their planning is meticulous, a blend of instinct and learned wisdom honed by countless hunts beneath the African sky. Nearby, the cubs, bundles of curiosity and energy, watch the adults with rapt attention. Every gesture, every sound is absorbed and imitated. They practice their own clumsy stalks and pounces in the safety of the pride, learning the skills that will one day determine their fate. The older cubs mimic the adults, crouching low and flicking their tails, while the youngest tumble and wrestle, their play a rehearsal for the challenges ahead. The pride's future is written in these moments as knowledge and instinct are passed from one generation to the next. The lead lioness, her eyes bright with intelligence and experience, signals the beginning of the hunt. She moves first, her body low and silent, blending seamlessly with the tall grass. The others fan out, each taking up a carefully chosen position in the hunting formation. Their movements are synchronized, a silent ballet of cooperation and trust. Every step is calculated, every pause a moment to listen, to feel the pulse of the land. The pride's unity is its greatest strength, each member playing a vital role in the unfolding strategy. As the sun slips below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of amber and violet, the pride becomes a procession of shadows. They move with patience and stealth, melting into the encroaching darkness. The world grows hushed, the chorus of insects rising as the lions become nearly invisible, their forms swallowed by the night. The savannah transforms and the lions adapt, their senses sharpening to the subtle cues of the nocturnal world. Every muscle is taut, every sense on high alert. The tension in the air is electric as the pride readies itself for the decisive moment. Their focus is unwavering, bodies coiled with potential energy, eyes locked on the distant shapes of prey. The ecosystem around them holds its own breath. Antelopes freeze, birds hush, and even the wind seems to pause, aware that the balance of life and death is about to tip. The fate of the pride rests on the huntress's skill and strategy. Their determination is etched in every line of their bodies, their teamwork seamless and instinctive. They move as one, each lioness reading the other's intentions, adjusting her pace and position with practiced ease. Tonight, as always, survival depends on their ability to outwit and outmaneuver their quarry, to harness the collective strength of the pride in pursuit of a single goal. The Mara night swallows them, the hunt about to begin. In the darkness, the pride becomes one with the land, their story unfolding beneath a tapestry of stars. The acacia thicket, the whispering grass, the distant calls of other creatures, all a part of this intricate symphony, where every life is interwoven and the lion's preparations echo through the heart of the wild. For gazelles, impalas and wildebeest, the fall of night signals the start of a relentless battle for survival. As the sun dips below the horizon, shadows stretch across the savannah and every sense sharpens. Night brings a tense vigil, The air grows thick with anticipation, and the smallest rustle can send a ripple of panic through the herd. Sight fails. They rely on ears and scent, straining to detect the faintest hint of danger. The darkness hides both friend and foe, and every breath carries the scent of uncertainty. Huddling in open ground for safety, they form living barricades, each animal trusting the instincts of its neighbours. The open plains offer no shelter, but together they are harder to single out. Every member is a sentry, nerves taut, muscles coiled for flight. Instincts honed by generations dictate their every move. One wrong step could mean the end. Even drinking is perilous. Thirst must be balanced against the ever-present threat of ambush. The water's edge is a place of dread, where predators wait in silence. Predators lurk at water's edge. Crocodiles glide unseen beneath the surface, while lions and leopards crouch in the reeds, their patience as deadly as their claws. Each sip is a gamble, every rest a risk. The need for water wars with the need for vigilance and hesitation can be fatal. The night is a gauntlet of fear, where every shadow could conceal a hunter and every gust of wind carries the scent of danger. The silence is broken by roars and whoops in the darkness. Lions staking their claim, hyenas circling, the sounds of the hunt echoing across the plains. Sleep is light and fleeting, a brief surrender to exhaustion. Even in slumber, muscles remain tense, ready to spring away at the first sign of danger. Survival means enduring this siege until dawn's first light. The cold, the hunger, the constant threat. Each night is a test of endurance and instinct. Only the vigilant see another day. As the sun rises, relief washes over the survivors, but the struggle never truly ends. Life on the savannah is always lived on a knife's edge. As the sun slips below the horizon, the world transforms. The night belongs to the spotted hyena, intelligent, relentless, and misunderstood. But they are not alone in the gloom. The air thickens with anticipation as nocturnal hunters and elusive prey emerge, each adapted to thrive in the darkness. Their whooping calls echo across the savannah, signalling clan unity and warning rivals. In the distance, the haunting hoots of owls and the chirrups of bush babies weave a tapestry of sound, each note a message in the language of the night. Far from mere scavengers, hyenas are formidable hunters with bone-crushing jaws. Their senses are sharpened for the hunt, just as the silent genet cat stalks its tiny quarry, every movement calculated and precise. Their endurance and teamwork rival the big cats, often outlasting prey in long pursuits. Nearby, a porcupine bristles, wary of the unseen dangers that prowl the night. Matriarchal and cooperative hyenas defend territory, and young against lions. In the shadows, bat-eared foxes listen intently, alert to the drama unfolding in the darkness. The rivalry with lions is fierce, each contesting kills in dramatic nighttime clashes. Elsewhere, a serval cat launches a swift attack, its leap barely disturbing the hush of the night. Hyenas adapt, hunt, scavenge, and ensure nothing goes to waste. The mongoose family scurries in the undergrowth, seizing their own opportunities in the darkness. Their cackling laughter commands respect and fear across the Mara. The night vibrates with the hum of insects, the glow of termite mounds lighting the way for countless tiny lives. In the darkness, they are the ultimate survivors, masters of the gloom, sharing their world with a symphony of nocturnal life, each creature playing its part in nature's shadowed ballet. As the moon casts its silver glow across the Maasai Mara, the savannah transforms into a living orchestra. Shadows stretch and shift, and the air vibrates with a tapestry of sound, each note a message, each rhythm a heartbeat of survival. The lion's thunderous roar rolls across the plains, a declaration of dominance that sends ripples of tension through the darkness. Hyenas answer with eerie whoops, their calls weaving through the night, while leopards cough softly from the shadows, marking their presence. Insects add a constant, restless chorus, their chirps and clicks filling every pause. Prey animals, wildebeest, antelope, stand frozen, ears swivelling to catch every nuance. Each alarm call, each distant growl, is a thread in the fabric of their awareness. They read the night's music like a map, decoding warnings and opportunities hidden in the cacophony. Gazelles and zebras clustered in the open listen intently. A single misplaced hoof or a sudden hush can mean the difference between life and death. Their bodies tense, ready to flee at the faintest hint of danger. Predators, too, are attuned to the symphony. Lions and hyenas move with calculated silence, ears pricked for the telltale rustle of a nervous herd or the isolated bleat of the weak. Every sound is a clue, every silence a potential opportunity. Then suddenly the music stops. A wave of stillness sweeps the grasslands. In that hush, danger is palpable, predators poised, prey holding their breath, the entire savannah suspended in anticipation. In these tense moments, every creature must decide, move and risk exposure, or remain and hope to go unnoticed. The interplay of sound and silence is a delicate dance, a test of instinct and experience. This is the chorus of survival, a nightly symphony where every call, every hush, and every heartbeat shapes the fate of those who dwell beneath the moonlit sky. Here, the music of the night is the language of life and death, spoken by all, understood by only the most attuned. Under the silver glow of the moon, the savannah holds its breath. Lionesses, cloaked in shadow, move with silent precision, each paw placed with care, every muscle tuned to the rhythm of the hunt. Their golden eyes flicker, locked on the distant silhouettes of zebras grazing, unaware of the danger that creeps ever closer. For over an hour, the lead lioness has stalked her quarry, weaving through tall grass, her body pressed low to the earth. She edges closer to a small group of zebras, separated from the main herd, her patience unwavering, her focus absolute. Muscles ripple beneath her tawny coat, every sinew coiled in anticipation. She waits, motionless as the world narrows to a single heartbeat. The perfect moment must be seized or lost forever. Suddenly a faint shift in the wind carries her scent. A zebra lifts its head, nostrils flaring, ears pricked in alarm. The herd tenses, a ripple of unease passing through their ranks. The lioness knows. This is the moment, now or never. With explosive power, the lioness bursts from her cover, grass parting in her wake. The hunt erupts in a blur of motion, her form a streak of determination, eyes fixed on her chosen target. Zebras scatter in a storm of hooves and dust, their panicked cries piercing the night. But the lioness is relentless. Her gaze locked on a single zebra, her strides devouring the ground between them. Another lioness emerges from the shadows, cutting off the zebra's escape. Their movements are perfectly synchronized, a silent, deadly choreography honed by generations of survival. In a final desperate burst, the zebra veers, but the lead lioness launches herself forward. Claws unsheathed, she arcs through the air, her body a blur of power and precision. The impact is swift, the struggle fierce but fleeting. The pride converges, drawn by the commotion. Their unity transforms chaos into order as they surround the fallen prey, each member playing their part in the ancient ritual of the hunt. As the dust settles, a profound silence blankets the savannah. The echoes of pursuit fade, replaced by the stillness of aftermath. A moment of respect for the life taken and the lives sustained. The pride feeds, their hunger eased, their bonds reaffirmed. For the zebra the journey ends. For the lions it is a night of survival and relief. And so the eternal cycle of the Mara continues, life feeding life, each moment a testament to nature's fierce and beautiful balance. Before sunrise, the first gentle rays of dawn spill across the Mara, painting the Savannah in hues of gold and rose. The soft morning mist drifts low, cloaking the plains in a delicate veil, as if nature herself is taking a deep, hopeful breath. In the tranquil blue hour, the world is hushed. Wildebeest and antelope step cautiously from the shadows, their coats glistening with dew. They graze peacefully, savouring the cool, fresh grass, grateful for the promise of a new day. The chorus of the night fades, replaced by the jubilant song of birds. Flocks take flight, their wings catching the first light, while tiny songbirds fill the air with melodies that celebrate survival and renewal. Predators, their bellies full from the night's hunt, retreat to the shade. Lions and cheetahs stretch and yawn, their bodies relaxed, content in the safety of the morning's calm. In the golden light, lion cubs tumble and play, their joyful energy a testament to the hope of a new day. Adults bask in the warmth, eyes half closed, savouring the peace that follows the night's chaos. The landscape glistens, every blade of grass sparkling with dew. The air is crisp and pure, as if the world has been washed clean, ready to begin again. Warthogs dash through the tall grass, their tails held high in playful defiance. Overhead an eagle soars, surveying the awakening plains, while the panorama of life stirs with renewed purpose. All across the savannah, animals stretch and rise, shaking off the night's chill. The land itself seems to stretch, bathed in sunlight, brimming with the energy of a world reborn. As the sun climbs higher, the drama of survival gives way to a symphony of hope. The deadly night is over, and a new performance, one of life, growth, and endless possibility, begins. The Mara awakens, timeless and alive, its heart beating strong beneath the radiant sky. Here every dawn is a promise, nature's eternal renewal, fierce and beautiful. As the first golden rays of sunrise spill across the endless plains of the Maasai Mara, a new chapter in nature's ancient saga begins. Here the land breathes with the rhythm of life and death, a cycle as old as time itself. The Mara's promise is unbroken. Each dawn brings renewal, each dusk a quiet reckoning. Vultures spiral down from the sky, their wings casting fleeting shadows over the grass. Jackals slip through the morning mist, and insects swarm in, all drawn by the scent of opportunity. Nothing is wasted here. Every scrap of life is returned to the earth, fueling the next generation. From the smallest beetle rolling its prize beneath the soil, to the mighty elephant shaping the landscape with every step, each creature is a vital thread in this intricate tapestry. Their resilience is legendary, surviving drought, flood, and the ever-present threat of predators. Herds of wildebeest and zebra graze beneath the watchful acacias, their hooves churning the earth, their bodies nourishing the grasslands. The acacia trees, ancient sentinels, offer food and shelter, their seeds carried far and wide by the giants who feast upon them. This is a world in perfect balance, sculpted by countless generations. Every life, every death, every struggle and triumph weaves together to create a harmony that has endured for millennia. Predator and prey move in a delicate dance. There is no cruelty, only the necessity of survival. The lioness's hunger is matched by the zebra's will to live, each playing their part in the grand design. The lioness stalks through the tall grass, her muscles coiled with purpose, while the zebra herd thunders across the plains, driven by instinct and hope. Their fates are intertwined, their destinies shaped by the wild. In the Mara, sentiment falls away, revealing the raw, unyielding engine of nature. Here survival is both brutal and beautiful, a testament to the strength and adaptability of every creature. As the sun climbs higher, The promise of the Mara is renewed. Herds migrate in search of greener pastures. Predators follow. And the eternal dance of survival continues beneath the vast African sky. The wild heart of the Mara beats on, untamed, eternal, and resilient. In this grand symphony of life, the promise endures, echoing across the plains for all time. Beneath the towering grasses and the thunder of hooves, a quieter world thrives, one rarely seen but always present. Here, among the tangled roots and shifting shadows, insects orchestrate the unseen workings of the savannah. Termites, the silent builders of the Mara, toil day and night within their clay fortresses. Their mounds rise like ancient monuments, engineering marvels that regulate temperature and moisture, nurturing entire micro-ecosystems within. Each termite carries a grain of earth, a sliver of leaf, transforming decay into fertile soil that sustains the grasslands above. Ants march in tireless columns, their societies bustling with purpose. Some herd aphids like miniature cattle, harvesting sweet honeydew. Others defend their territory with unwavering resolve, or wage tiny wars beneath the surface. Their tunnels aerate the soil, allowing roots to breathe and water to seep deep, nourishing the vast savannah. Dung beetles, nature's recyclers, labour in the shadows of giants. With incredible strength they roll and bury the droppings left behind by elephants, zebras and wildebeest. In doing so they return precious nutrients to the earth, fueling new growth and keeping the plains clean. Butterflies and bees drift from blossom to blossom, pollinating wildflowers and acacia trees. Their delicate dance ensures the renewal of plant life, weaving colour and abundance into the landscape. Even the smallest beetle or grasshopper plays a vital role, breaking down leaf litter, feeding hungry birds, and becoming prey for cunning predators. This hidden multitude is the lifeblood of the Mara, quietly shaping the fate of the savannah. Their cycles of birth, labour and transformation echo the greater rhythms above, a symphony of survival, endlessly repeated. Invisible to many, yet indispensable to all, the insects of the Mara prove that even the smallest creatures leave the largest mark. As the day unfolds and the great herds move on, the secret architects of the plains continue their ancient work, unseen, unstoppable, and essential to the pulse of this wild land. Beneath the golden blades of the savannah, where sunlight barely filters through and the world grows hushed, another realm awakens. Here, in the cool darkness just below the surface, small mammals carve out lives of quiet resilience, masters of stealth and ingenuity, forever adapting to a landscape that both shelters and threatens. In a labyrinth of tunnels, the African mole rat leads its colony through a maze of earth. Blind to the world above, they navigate by touch and scent, their powerful claws transforming the soil into a fortress against predators and the blazing midday heat. Every chamber holds purpose. Nurseries for the young, storage rooms for roots and tubers, and communal spaces where warmth is shared on chill nights. Above, the grass ripples, oblivious to the bustling world below. Nearby, the shrew darts through the undergrowth, a blur of nervous energy. Its tiny heart beats faster than a drum, demanding near-constant nourishment. Guided by an acute sense of smell, it hunts for insects and grubs, its survival balanced on a razor's edge, one missed meal away from peril. Each night it navigates a world of giants, dodging snakes and owls, relying on speed and silence to remain unseen. The African pygmy mouse, scarcely larger than a thumb, weaves its nest from grass and leaves. It climbs slender stalks with astonishing agility, foraging for seeds beneath the cloak of dusk. When danger looms, it freezes, becoming a shadow among shadows, or leaps to safety in an acrobatic blur. In the rainy season it seeks higher ground, sensing the subtle tremors of approaching floods, and leads its family to safety before the water rises. Beneath the acacia roots, The striped field mouse tunnels in search of food, its sensitive whiskers mapping the darkness. It caches seeds for lean times, a strategy honed by generations, ensuring survival when the land grows parched. Each burrow is a sanctuary, a legacy passed down in the quiet hours before dawn. These small mammals are the unsung survivors of the Mara, their stories hidden beneath the grass. They nurture the soil, disperse seeds and provide sustenance for the hunters above. In their trials and triumphs, the fragile balance of the savannah endures, woven from countless lives, each one vital, each one extraordinary. Here, in the shadowy depths beneath the grass, the dance of survival continues, secret, silent and essential to the wild heart of the plains. As dusk deepens into night, the savannah enters its most enigmatic hours, a time when the shadows themselves seem to breathe and move. Here the ancient interplay between predator and prey unfolds in a silent ballet, every sense heightened, every movement calculated. A spotted hyena slinks through the tall grass, her ears attuned to the faintest rustle. She moves with purpose, nose twitching as she deciphers the invisible trails left by potential quarry. Nearby, a herd of impala stands frozen, muscles tensed, nostrils flaring as they catch a hint of danger on the breeze. Their safety lies in unity. One startled leap may signal the entire group to scatter in a blur of hooves and white tails. Above, the silent wings of a barn owl sweep low. Its heart-shaped face absorbs the faintest sound, the scuttle of a mouse, the rustle of a beetle. With pinpoint accuracy, it plunges to earth, talons extended, claiming its meal in a whisper of feathers. A serval, slender and spotted, stalks through the moonlit reeds. Each step is measured, each pause a study in patience. Her oversized ears swivel, triangulating the faint chirp of a frog. In a single, explosive bound she pounces, success or failure determined in a heartbeat. Elsewhere, a porcupine shuffles beneath the acacia, quills bristling at the approach of a prowling jackal. The jackal circles, weighing risk against hunger, but the porcupine's armoured resolve sends it slinking away in search of easier prey. On the riverbank, crocodiles lie in wait, their eyes and nostrils just above the water's surface. A herd of wildebeest approaches, wary but driven by thirst. The night is punctuated by sudden splashes, the age-old struggle replayed beneath the indifferent gaze of the stars. Every creature plays its part in this nocturnal game, some as hunters, some as hunted, all bound by the relentless rhythm of survival. In the darkness, instincts guide every decision, and the balance of life on the Mara is tested anew with each passing night. As dawn remains a distant promise, the savannah breathes to the ancient rhythm of the seasons. Here time is marked not by calendars, but by the shifting winds and the subtle change in the colour of grass. The dry season arrives with a hush, rivers shrink, their beds cracked and exposed, while once lush meadows fade to tawny gold. Dust coils in the wake of wandering herds, and the sun's relentless gaze hardens the earth beneath hooves and paws alike. Across the horizon, the first hints of movement stir, a ripple of anticipation among the wildebeest. Guided by an instinct older than memory, they gather in tens of thousands, their bodies pressed together, eyes fixed on distant storm clouds. The great migration has begun. Zebras, alert and striped like shadows on the plain, join the procession. They graze on coarse stems, their strong teeth adapted to the toughest forage, while wildebeest favour the tender shoots left behind. This partnership, silent and unspoken, ensures survival for both. Predators too adapt to the changing tides. Lions shadow the herds, their patience tested by the endless march. Cheetahs, built for bursts of speed, time their hunts to the moments when young or weak animals falter at the river's edge. Hyenas trail behind, ever opportunistic, ready to claim what others leave behind. With the arrival of the rains, the savannah is reborn. Thunder cracks overhead, and life surges from the parched earth. Grass sprouts in a vibrant green carpet, acacia trees unfurl new leaves. Hippos emerge from shrinking waterholes, submerging themselves in swollen rivers. Birds, some returning from distant continents, fill the air with colour and song. Bee-eaters, storks and weavers, each finding their niche in the rejuvenated landscape. Every creature, from the smallest dung beetle to the towering giraffe, is attuned to this pulse. Some, like the termite, construct towering mounds to regulate heat and moisture, while others, like the elephant, dig for hidden water, creating lifelines for many. The savannah's story is one of constant change. A cycle of scarcity and abundance, migration and return, adaptation and renewal. In this world untouched by human presence, the balance is delicate but enduring. The seasons shape destinies, migrations redraw the map, and every adaptation is a testament to resilience. Here, the Mara's heart beats in time with the earth itself, promising survival through the endless dance of change. Beneath the vast African sky, water is more than a resource. It is the lifeblood that sustains the entire savannah. In this world untouched by human hands, every river, lake and ephemeral pool forms the axis around which life revolves. When the rains arrive, ancient waterways awaken, carving silver ribbons through the golden grasslands, their banks brimming with promise. Here, herds converge in a delicate truce. Elephants, the gentle giants, are often the first to arrive. With practiced movements, they dig at the muddy edges, unearthing hidden springs that quench the thirst of many. Their trunks, both tool and lifeline, draw water not just for themselves, but for the parched earth around them. Zebras and wildebeest gather next, wary but driven by necessity, lowering their heads side by side. The smallest creatures, too, the agile impalas, the secretive servals, even the iridescent dragonflies, find sanctuary at the water's edge. Each sip, each ripple is a testament to the fragile harmony that water brings. Predators watch from the shadows, knowing these gatherings are both opportunity and risk. Lions and crocodiles lie in wait, their patience honed by the ebb and flow of seasons. Yet even in predation, the balance is maintained, a cycle as old as the rivers themselves. As the sun blazes overhead and the dry season returns, waterholes shrink, drawing animals closer together and testing the limits of coexistence. Some, like the resilient marabou stork, thrive in the shallows, feasting on what remains. Others, such as the hippos, dig deeper into the mud, preserving the last traces of moisture. At dusk, the chorus of frogs rises, a symphony that echoes hope for the coming rains. Bats skim the surface, hunting insects drawn to the cooling pools. Here, beneath the stillness, life persists, each species bound to the water's rhythm. In the Mara, water is the great equalizer, the silent architect of survival. It shapes migrations, determines destinies, and weaves together the stories of predator and prey. Without it, the savannah would fall silent. With it, the cycle continues, an unbroken promise etched into the very heart of the land. Across the endless expanse of the savannah, the weather is more than a backdrop. It is a force that tests the mettle of every creature. In years when the rains falter, drought descends like a shadow. The rivers shrink to cracked beds, and the once lush grasslands wither into a brittle tapestry of dust. Herds wander for miles, their movements dictated by the fading promise of water. Elephants, matriarchs leading their families, press on with unwavering resolve, their memories guiding them to hidden springs passed down through generations. The air shimmers with heat, and each step becomes a test of endurance. Giraffes stretch their necks even higher, reaching for the last green leaves clinging to the tallest branches. Lions grow lean and restless, their hunts more desperate as prey becomes scarce. The smallest survivors, meerkats, tortoises and shrews, retreat underground, waiting for the world above to soften its harsh grip. Then, without warning, the sky transforms. Thunderheads gather on the horizon, casting bruised shadows over the plains. The wind rises, bending acacia trees and sending birds swirling in frantic flocks. When the storm finally breaks, it is both chaos and salvation. Sheets of rain pound the earth, carving new channels and filling long empty hollows. Lightning forks across the sky, illuminating the dance of wildebeest and zebras as they welcome the flood. But storms bring peril as well as relief. Flash floods sweep away the unwary. Burrows collapse beneath torrents, nests are scattered, and the fragile balance of life teeters on a razor's edge. Yet, from the turmoil, resilience emerges. Crocodiles, dormant in the mud, surge forth to claim the bounty of swollen rivers. Frogs, silent through the drought, erupt in chorus, their songs a triumphant declaration of survival. Seeds buried deep in the soil awaken, and new shoots push through the mud, painting the savannah green once more. In every extreme, drought or deluge, the animals of the Mara adapt, endure, and persist. Their lives are a testament to nature's relentless challenge and the unbreakable will to survive. Here the weather is not a foe nor a friend, but the ultimate test, a force that shapes destinies and forges the true spirit of the wild. Beneath the vast sky of the Mara, a silent partnership unfolds, a web of life spun from countless unseen connections. Every blade of grass, every fluttering insect, every towering tree plays a vital role in the intricate ballet of survival. As the rains coax new growth from the earth, the savannah bursts into a tapestry of wildflowers and grasses. Here, tiny pollinators, bees, butterflies, and even beetles embark on tireless journeys from bloom to bloom. Each landing, each dusting of pollen is a promise, a future generation of plants, secured by the delicate touch of these wandering messengers. Birds join the dance, their feathers dusted with gold as they feast on nectar and seeds. Sunbirds hover, their iridescent throats flashing while weaver birds flit between reeds, gathering stems for their intricate nests. In the process, they scatter seeds far beyond the reach of the parent plant, tiny capsules of hope carried on the wind in feathers or clinging to fur. Elephants too become gardeners of the plains. As they wander, they consume fruits and foliage, their massive footprints pressing seeds deep into the fertile ground. Days or weeks later, those seeds emerge in distant places, fertilized and ready to take root, expanding the reach of the savannah's green tapestry. Ants, often overlooked, are relentless stewards. They harvest seeds, sometimes burying them deep within their tunnels, protecting them from fire and drought. Some of these cached seeds escape consumption, sprouting new life in the safety of the underground. Even the mighty acacia tree relies on the gentle touch of giraffes and ants. When giraffes feed, their nibbling stimulates new growth, while ants defend the tree from hungry herbivores, living in the tree's hollow thorns and feeding on its nectar. Predators too play their part. When lions bring down prey, scavengers and insects move in, returning nutrients to the soil, nourishing the next generation of plants. Nothing is wasted. Every life is a link in an endless chain. Here on the savannah, every creature, great or small, shapes the land and is in turn shaped by it. The web that binds them is invisible, but its strength is unbreakable. Through pollination, seed dispersal, and the unending cycle of renewal, the Mara thrives, an enduring testament to the power of connection and the quiet miracles that sustain the wild. As the last blush of daylight fades, a deeper tapestry unfurls above the Mara, a night sky so clear and infinite it feels close enough to touch. Here, beneath a vault of shimmering stars, The savannah is transformed once more. The darkness is alive with subtle movement, guided by the silent choreography of the cosmos. For the creatures of the night, the heavens are more than distant lights, they are ancient guides. Migratory birds, invisible to the eye but present on the wind, chart their journeys by the constellations. Tiny travellers tracing invisible highways across the sky. Even the dung beetle, humble and determined, rolls its precious cargo by starlight, using the glowing band of the Milky Way as its compass. Predators become shadows, their senses sharp in the cool air. Lions prowl with purpose, their golden eyes glinting with reflected starlight. Hyenas laugh and call, their voices echoing beneath Orion's watchful gaze. Meanwhile, the lesser bush baby leaps between branches, guided by moonbeams and the whisper of leaves. But not all is movement. Some, like the giraffe, pause in silent communion with the night, their silhouettes etched against the horizon as they gaze skyward. Elephants, too, rumble softly as they travel by moonlight, their paths winding through silver-lit grass. Above, the Southern Cross hangs, a celestial signpost known to every creature that calls this place home. Its steady presence marks the turning of seasons, the promise of rain, and the rhythm of life itself. In the hush, the savannah breathes as one with the universe. Every heart beats beneath the same stars, every life touched by their distant glow. Under this celestial canopy, the Mara is a world both ancient and ever new, its secrets safe beneath the watchful eyes of the night. In the heart of the Mara, life is a story written in cycles, each dawn and dusk a turning page. Here the miracle of birth is matched only by the certainty of death, and every family's fate is woven into this endless circle. Beneath thickets and within hidden dens, lionesses nurture their cubs, their fierce devotion a shield against the dangers of the night. The cubs, small and unsteady, take their first breaths in a world that asks much and promises nothing. Each day they grow stronger, learning to stalk, to pounce, to listen for the faintest rustle in the grass. The pride is their world, a tapestry of mothers and aunts, all bound by blood and survival. Not far away, a herd of elephants gathers around a newborn calf, their trunks weaving a living barrier of protection and warmth. The matriarch leads, her memory a map of waterholes and safe passage, her wisdom the inheritance of generations. The calf's first stumble is met with gentle nudges, encouragement wrapped in care. As the months pass, the young one will learn the language of trumpets, the taste of sweet acacia, and the meaning of belonging. For every birth, the savannah offers a test. A newborn gazelle stands within minutes, legs trembling as it learns that hesitation can mean the difference between life and loss. The mother watches, vigilant and patient, teaching her fawn to hide in the mottled shadows, to move only when the wind is right. Throughout the plains, survival is a lesson never finished. Hyena pups tussle and yip, their play a rehearsal for the cunning they'll need. Zebra foals mimic their mothers, memorizing the shifting stripes of the herd, learning to trust in numbers when danger draws near. Yet the shadow of death is never far. The old lion, slowed by time, yields to the hunger of the next generation. A fallen wildebeest becomes sustenance for scavengers, its passing nourishing the soil and fueling new grass. Every end is a beginning, every loss a gift to those who remain. Through it all the cycle endures, unyielding, beautiful and bittersweet. Families are shaped by triumph and heartbreak, by the relentless push to grow, to adapt, to survive. Life here is fragile, yet fiercely persistent, each heartbeat echoing the promise that the story of the Mara will continue as it always has, beneath the eternal stars. In the vast expanse of the Mara, sound is the unseen thread that weaves the fabric of life. Every call, every rustle, every whisper in the wind carries a message, a signal in the symphony of survival. At dawn, the plains awaken with a chorus of birdsong, each note a declaration of territory and a call to mates. The lilting melodies of the larks rise and fall, a delicate counterpoint to the steady hum of cicadas. These sounds, though gentle, are vital, signalling the start of another day and the renewal of the endless cycle. Below the canopy, a troop of baboons communicates through a series of barks and grunts. Each sound has a purpose, a warning of predators, a call to gather, a reassurance to the young. The alpha male's deep bark echoes through the trees, a reminder of his dominance and the cohesion of the group. In the tall grasses, the stealthy approach of a leopard is betrayed by the alarm calls of impalas. Their sharp staccato barks ripple through the herd, a chain reaction of vigilance. The message is clear: danger is near, and the time to flee is now. The elephants, with their deep, resonant rumbles, share secrets across miles. A low-frequency call, imperceptible to human ears, travels through the ground, a seismic signal that binds the herd. The matriarch's rumble guides them to water, her wisdom a lifeline in the arid landscape. Wildebeests, too, have their own language. During the Great Migration, their grunts and moos form a constant backdrop, a rolling tide of sound that keeps the herd together. Each vocalization is a beacon in the dust, a way to stay close in the chaos of movement. As night falls, the savannah's soundscape shifts. The haunting calls of hyenas pierce the darkness, a blend of laughter and howls that speak of territories and scavenger feasts. Lions roar, their powerful voices a proclamation of strength and a deterrent to rivals. These nocturnal sounds are the heartbeat of the night, a reminder that even in darkness life is vigilant. In the quiet moments, the subtle rustle of the wind through the acacia leaves carries its own tales. It whispers of ancient migrations, of seasons past, and the enduring presence of life in this timeless land. Each sound, each call is a thread in the intricate web of communication that sustains the Mara. It is a language without words, a symphony of survival that connects all who dwell here. In the silence between the notes, there lies a profound understanding, a testament to the resilience and unity of the natural world. As the stars emerge and the night deepens, the symphony continues, a timeless echo of life's unbroken promise. The Mara, ever watchful, listens and responds, a living testament to the power of sound in the circle of existence.